Hey, what's up everybody? Mingo here. If you're anything like me, you're probably really excited for Planet Zoo 2 coming out in October. I don't remember the date, so I'll just flash it up right here. But, you know, in the wake of the hype, I've been wanting to make a little wish list. This wish list isn't really specific, it's just kind of a bunch of animals that I like and I would love to see in the game, possibly at some point. Doesn't have to be released, but would love to maybe see some of them in DLC. Some of them I feel like aren't really likely to get in, but you know, if you suspend your disbelief just a wee bit, you can sort of see the vision that I have going here. Anyways, let's kick it off with the aviary stuff. So one of the first animals that I'm honestly really hoping gets in, because it's a personal favorite of mine, is the shoe-billed stork. You know, you've all seen them, you've seen their, like, super serious, menacing stare, and they're, like, clacking beaks that sound like machine guns. But yeah, I like them a lot, and that is one that I'm hoping makes it in. Another aviary edition that I hope ends up making it in at some point is the lyrebird. They're really unique little birds, and they're capable of mimicking stuff. That's what they're famous for, you know. There's a video of them mimicking, like, construction work, which I think is really cool. I don't think I'm going to show it here just because I'm lazy, but take my word for it. Another aviary species that I would absolutely love to see is the kakapo. It's the heaviest parrot, and it's also flightless, and it's a little weirdo, and I love them. And I think they would fit well with kiwis. Maybe we could do some sort of like mixed enclosure with kiwis. Maybe, perhaps. But also, since Planet Zoo 2's main focus is conservation, I think they would fit really well alongside the Spix's macaw, perhaps? And you can't just stop at one type of macaw, really. Like, you gotta include the scarlet macaw. Like, that's one you see a lot in captivity. This one's sort of out of left field, but I think it could maybe work. Hummingbirds. Now, hummingbirds aren't really normally kept in captivity, but there are some zoos that have successfully kept them. So I think maybe something similar to, like, the butterfly walkthrough enclosure, we could do something like that. Next up, vultures. Specifically the bearded vulture, because, once again, personal favorite of mine. They look really, really cool. And Rubel's vulture, I think is what it's called. But I feel like vultures in general are kind of underrated, so I would love to see some vultures added. Specifically these two, because they're really cool looking. So to round out the aviary portion, I wanted to bring up tufted puffins and razorbills. Razorbills, I'm pretty sure, are less common in captivity compared to the puffins, but I feel like both would fit. And especially concerning the puffins, since we have both an aquatic and aviary sort of thing going on, maybe we'll be able to build some sort of hybrid enclosure with them. And I think that would be really cool. Also, razorbills look metal as hell. Anyways, moving on. I do have some aquatics that I would love to see. These include the Chinese giant salamander, which just look like giant chuds. The sand tiger shark, which looks fucking terrifying, but is also a real sweetheart. Not really, probably not. But I heard they're pretty docile. So that's another addition that I would love to see, and also because my local aquarium has them. And this one might be a little controversial, but, you know, there are some aquariums that have been able to take care of them. Whale sharks. I think we could sort of balance this out by giving them, you know, extreme requirements. You know, big enclosure, requiring different feed. You know, just simple things that, like, show that these animals have very specific requirements in order to thrive. Next up is the alligator snapping turtle. I like alligator snapping turtles. It's also one that I don't know if it's too common in zoos, but I've seen them in both zoos and aquariums that I've visited. And another one is the Mata Mata. This is another one you don't really see too often, but it is a very goofy looking turtle, and I think it would also fit in with the whole conservation thing. Next up is the bull shark. It's another species you don't really see too often in captivity, but you know, since aquariums can also be brackish and freshwater, I feel like it would fit well with that sort of thing. So you could have like a bull shark enclosure that can have some freshwater species in it, presuming it doesn't eat them. This one's kind of unconventional and less likely, but the giant freshwater stingray would be a sick addition, because I don't think we have too many rays coming in. And I don't think we have any freshwater rays. I haven't checked, so feel free to correct me. But it's also a species that's not really in captivity either. But I feel like, you know, once again, suspend your disbelief a bit. There you go. The red-tailed catfish is another species I would love to see. I don't think we have any catfish so far. Arapimas are another fish that I would love to see alongside red-bellied piranhas. So, you know, maybe you could do a mixed enclosure with them. I don't think arapimas feed on red-bellied piranhas, so you could probably cohabitate them. Following up, I would also love to see arowana. Arowana also come in, like, different morphs. So maybe that's another thing that I think would be cool, because we've had animals that come in different morphs. If I'm correct, was it llamas or alpacas? I don't remember, but I remember they came in like different colors and patterns. So I think something like that would be really cool with arowanas. Lastly, I want to bring up the alligator gar, one of my all-time favorite fish. They're really, really, really cool looking, and I feel like they're kind of an aquarium staple. Gars are pretty big, at least down here in the south. You go to like Bass Pro Shop, they got gars there, so I feel like alligator gars would fit perfectly. Next up are the exhibit animals. I'm basing these more off of patterns that we've had from like Planet Zoo and just, you know, what would fit in like a small little enclosure, because like I don't think you're really going to see some of these in any of the larger enclosures. So starting off is the rhino rat snake. I love these guys. They're really pretty looking. They're also really cool looking. They got these neat little horns where they get their names from. And then also the garden eel. I feel like I've seen a couple of garden eels in aquariums before. They're something. But I feel like they would fit in a little exhibit. The giant Pacific octopus is another one that I would love to see. I'm basing this off of, like, I don't think Frontier is really going to animate a free swimming octopus. Especially, like, one like that. Because I feel like they're really hard to animate. And especially, like, if it's freely swimming around an enclosure, it's not really going to be fun to work with. So that's why, like, I think, okay, this guy's going to be in an exhibit. Another one is hermit crabs. I just feel like I don't think we're gonna. Well, maybe we'll get touch pools. If we get touch pools, hermit crabs, I could see them being in their own little thing. But for now, I could see hermit crabs being in little exhibits. The leafy sea dragon is one that I really, 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 really want to see, because they're. I know I keep repeating the same thing, like, oh, this is my favorite, but leafy sea dragons are top 20 of my favorite animals. The common seahorse is another one I could see being added to exhibits. They're also pretty common in aquariums. The same with moon jellies. Moon jellies you see a lot, so I could see them being in like their own little cycle like exhibit where the water's spinning them around or something. And also it'd be really cool to build like a dark like building and then it just moon jellies line the wall. I think that would be cool. Electric eels I could also see being an exhibit animal. Same with moray eels. I would love to see moray eels, but I feel like they're going to be an exhibit animal if of course they're added. And also with moray eels, they prefer being in like enclosed spaces. They don't really move around a lot. And to finish this portion off, the cuttlefish. Cuttlefish, it's sort of a octopus situation where I don't really think Frontier is gonna do this whole rig. Anyways, before I get to like the final part of this video, I want to bring up the honorable mentions. The giant armadillo, that is one I would love to see. The rhinoceros iguana, savannah monitor, and the blackthroat monitor. And finally, these last few are like completely unlikely. It would like require just unbelievable levels of suspension of disbelief. But there are also animals that I would love to see in this game, even though, you know, having them would be super controversial, and I don't really see Frontier doing it. But if they do, I would give them a little extra thumbs up for that. Because at the end of the day, this is a game. And, you know, you could give them specific requirements in order to, you know, properly take care of these animals. So the first one I'm going to mention is the goblin shark. I know, like, I don't think any aquarium has ever kept a goblin shark. And, you know, they're super elusive, but they're also really, really cool looking. They're just super unique. And I feel like if they're added to the game, they would require like a pressurized enclosure. And I feel like I don't think Frontier would really do that unless it's like some sort of DLC thing. But yeah, you know, this one's more of a pipe dream. Same with the Amazonian river dolphin. This one is a big controversial one since, you know, cetaceans and all. And as of right now, there's no confirmation of cetaceans coming to the game. But if eventually we do, I would love to see the Amazonian river dolphin. And, you know, once again, give them specific requirements. Or maybe we just release them in an Amazon reserve or something. Same with belugas. Belugas, I would love to see. Belugas, they're ones that you see in aquariums a lot. But like I said, same, like, it's the thing with cetaceans. Cetaceans are very controversial when it comes to, you know, being in captivity. This one, this one is the biggest pipe dream I've ever had. But I would love to see leopard seals be added to the game. Like, they're just so... they're just cool, beautiful, pretty, amazing. Throw in a whole bunch of compliments. Every word, every positive word you can think of, throw them at them. That's what the leopard seal is. And, like, we've had leopard seals in captivity before. Not for too long, but they can be kept in captivity. And also because they have this almost haunting call. And I love it. I love the way they look. I love everything about them. But, yeah. If you watched this video all the way through, thank you. And I'm sorry if I stuttered a lot or paused a lot. This is my first time really doing an unscripted video. So, I'm kind of a bit nervous. But, I hope you enjoyed. And, you know, if you have any animals you'd love to see in Planet Zoo 2, you know, comment about them down below. I would love to get your guys' feedback and everything. And anyways, I can't wait for October 13th.